I cannot believe they would risk keeping Einstein in such a poorly defended area.
Believe it or not, they did. And now we have him. The transmitter is undetectable and has a range of 500 miles.
What makes you think the Allies will try to rescue him? Certainly they think he died in the attack on the base.
That would have been true, had I not leaked information about Einstein's capture and scheduled execution. The Allies will come for their prize.
And we will be able to track him through his watch.
Yes, comrade. And he will lead us right to the Chronosphere.
Einstein is gone, comrade.
Allied coordinates coming in now.
With the Chronosphere and the Iron Curtain, soon we will stand invincible. Prepare a strike team.
Be careful. The Allied radar automatically sends a destruct code to the Chronosphere if an intruder is detected. If you are detected before the radar is captured, we could lose the Chronosphere.
Losing the Chronosphere is not an option.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
New construction options.
Awaiting orders.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. New construction
Yes, sir.
options. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Comrade. Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Our base is
Acknowledged.
under attack.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
New construction options.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Report. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Building. Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Affirmative. Lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Comrade.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building. Unit lost. New construction options. Building.
Reporting. Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Reporting. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Vehicle
Construction
affirmative.
complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building. Our base is under attack. Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Unit lost. Building. Repairing. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Construction
Yes, sir.
complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Reporting.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Awaiting orders.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Building. On hold. Cancel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building. Construction
Affirmative.
complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Our base is
Affirmative.
under attack.
Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. Building.
Yes, sir. Comrade. Affirmative.
Unit
Reporting.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Comrade.
Building.
Comrade. Waiting orders.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. New construction options. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. New construction
Waiting order.
options.
Yes, sir.
Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Reporting. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. New
Yes, sir.
construction
Affirmative.
options.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Base is under
Affirmative.
attack.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Comrade.
Insufficient
Yes, sir.
funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Acknowledged. Waiting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes,
lost.
sir. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient
Yes, sir.
funds.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Awaiting orders.
Unit repaired.
Waiting order. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Building.
Report affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
repaired. Repairing.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Construction complete. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Repairing. Unit repaired.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing. Insufficient funds.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
repaired.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged.
Report acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit repaired.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Our base is under attack.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Vehicle acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Waiting
Building.
order. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds. Repairing. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds. Repairing.
Comrade.
Unit
Yes, sir.
repaired. Unit ready.
Report acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing. Unit repaired.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order.
Unit repaired. Repairing.
Comrade.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Acknowledged.
Unit repaired.
Waiting order.
Unit ready.
Vehicle acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Repairing.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Yes, sir.
funds.
Affirmative.
Repairing. Unit
Yes, sir.
repaired.
Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle
Waiting
reporting. Yes,
order. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing. Unit repaired.
Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing. Unit repaired.
Awaiting orders.
Repairing.
Affirmative.
Unit repaired. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Comrade. Affirmative.
funds.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders.
Acknowledged.
Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing. Unit repaired.
Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Reporting.
Affirmative.
Repairing. Unit repaired.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Reporting.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Repaired.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit
Awaiting
repaired.
acknowledged. Awaiting affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Waiting order.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes,
Unit
sir.
ready.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Base
Affirmative.
is under
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Insufficient
Comrade.
funds.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Comrade.
Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit repaired. Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Repair.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit repaired. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Affirmative.
Repairing.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reported.
Building. Unit repaired. Repairing. Unit repaired. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing. Unit repaired.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Waiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing.
Awaiting
Unit
orders.
repaired. Repairing.
Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Report acknowledged. Affirmative.
Reporting. Comrade.
Repair.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Affirmative.
prepared.
Affirmative.
Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes,
Unit
sir. Affirmative.
prepared.
Waiting orders.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative.
Preparing.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Waiting
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
prepared.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Preparing.
Acknowledged.
Unit repaired.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
order. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Reporting.
Vehicle reporting.
Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Repairing. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Unit repaired. Construction complete. Insufficient funds. Repairing.
Reporting.
Building. Repaired.
Acknowledged.
Comrade.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Repairing. Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit ready. Building. Unit repaired.
Vehicle
Acknowledged.
reporting. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Building. Construction complete. Building. Construction complete. Low power. Building. Unit ready. Building. Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Unit lost. Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Reporting.
Repairing.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds. Unit repaired. Repairing.
Comrade.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Our base is under
Acknowledged.
attack.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Unit lost.
Waiting orders. Ready and waiting. Once. Yes, sir.
Repairing. Unit ready.
Reporting.
Building.
At once. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Construction
Yes,
complete.
sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Comrade. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Ready and waiting.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting orders.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting orders.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Ready and waiting.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Training.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Acknowledged.
funds.
Reporting.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Ready and waiting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Comrade.
Report
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Training.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost. Unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Awaiting orders. Reporting. Very well. Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds.
Awaiting orders.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Yes, engineering. Affirmative.
Unit
Reporting
ready.
once.
Building.
Affirmative. At once. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative. At once. Very well.
Unit lost.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Reporting.
ready. Building.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Agreed. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Reporting.
Unit lost. Unit lost.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds. Unit lost.
Ready and waiting.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
At once. Affirmative. Very well. Affirmative. Agreed. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Waiting
Reporting.
order. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Unit lost. Training.
Comrade, affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit
Engineering.
ready.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Comrade, acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting.
New construction options. Building. Repairing.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Our base is under
Affirmative.
attack.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Comrade. Acknowledged.
Repair. New construction options.
Yes, sir.
Low power.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building. Construction complete. Repair.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Vehicle report. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes,
Unit
sir.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Yes, sir. Affirmative.
On hold.
Report. Acknowledged.
Cancel.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Reporting.
New construction options. Our base is under attack. Building.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Building. Construction complete.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Building. Building.
Waiting order.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders.
Unit ready.
Waiting
Building.
order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting
Awaiting
orders.
orders.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Waiting
Building.
order. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Comrade. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds. On hold. Cancelled. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Naval unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Construction
Affirmative.
complete.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Insufficient funds. On hold. Cancelled. Unit ready.
Comrade. Acknowledged. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Comrade. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes,
Reporting.
sir. Affirmative. Comrade. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Comrade. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting Acknowledged. orders.
Waiting orders. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Cancel. Building. Construction complete. Training.
Waiting. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Training. Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative.
Training.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Unit ready.
Engineering
Prepare.
affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit
Waiting
prepared.
order. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Prepared.
Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit repaired.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Repairing.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost. Low power. Our base is under attack. Unit repaired. Repairing. Training. Unit repaired. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Training. Repairing. Unit ready. Training. Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Training.
Yes, sir.
Repairing.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit repaired.
Affirmative. 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 Yes, sir. Engineering. Affirmative.
Reconstruction
Affirmative.
options.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Vehicle reporting.
Comrade. Affirmative.
Construction complete.
Vehicle Acknowledged. reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Cancel. Building.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Acknowledged.
Preparing.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
repaired.
Affirmative.
Preparing.
Comrade. Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
repaired.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Repair.
Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building. Unit repaired. Construction complete. Unit lost. Repairing. Building. Unit lost. Construction complete. Building. Unit repaired. Building. Construction complete. Building. On hold. Construction complete. Building. Low power. Building. Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Primary building selected. Structure sold.
Vehicle acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Structure sold. Structure sold. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Naval unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds. Repairing. Unit repaired. Repairing.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Vehicle acknowledged.
Waiting order.
Unit repaired. Structure sold.
Reporting. Affirmative.
repaired.
At once.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged.
Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Waiting acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Comrade.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Naval unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Naval
Affirmative.
unit lost.
Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Naval unit lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Report acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Naval unit lost. Naval unit lost.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Comrade, acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Naval unit lost. Building. Unit lost. Construction complete. Cancelled. Building. Construction complete. Building. Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete. New construction options. Building. Unit ready. Building. Structure sold.
Report affirmative. Affirmative. Agreed.
Unit
Very well.
ready.
Affirmative. At once.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Structure sold. Structure sold. Structure sold. Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Naval unit lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Naval
Affirmative.
unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Naval unit lost. Naval unit lost. Building. Structure sold. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Structure sold.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Very well. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building. Naval
Affirmative.
unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Naval unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Naval unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building. Naval
Acknowledged.
unit lost. Insufficient funds. Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Naval unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Waiting acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Naval unit
Affirmative.
lost.
Waiting affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Naval
Acknowledged.
unit lost.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Waiting order.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged.
Naval
Acknowledged.
unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Comrade. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Comrade. Affirmative. Waiting order. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. 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 Waiting order. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Building. Structure sold.
Vehicle report. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Waiting order.
funds.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting
Yes, sir,
orders.
very well. At once.
Structure sold.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Construction
Vehicle
complete.
acknowledged. Acknowledged.
New construction
Yes, sir.
options.
Affirmative.
Structure sold.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Very well. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Mission accomplished.